Ezra prays, "Look at us. Guilty before you." After all this was done, the leaders came to me and said, "The people of Israel, priests and Levites included, have not kept themselves separate from the neighboring people around here with all their vulgar obscenities, Canaanites, Hittites, Perizzites, Jebusites, Ammonites, Moabites, Egyptians, Amorites. They have given some of their daughters in marriage to them and have taken some of their daughters for marriage to their sons. The holy seed is now all mixed in with these other peoples. And our leaders have led the way in this betrayal." When I heard all this, I ripped my clothes and my cape, I pulled hair from my head and out of my beard, I slumped to the ground, appalled. Many were in fear and trembling because of what God was saying about the betrayal by the exiles. They gathered around me as I sat there in despair, waiting for the evening sacrifice. At the evening sacrifice I picked myself up from my utter devastation, and in my ripped clothes and cape fell to my knees and stretched out my hands to God, my God. And I prayed, "My dear God, I'm so totally ashamed, I can't bear to face you. Oh my God, our iniquities are piled up so high that we can't see out, our guilt touches the skies. We've been stuck in a muck of guilt since the time of our ancestors until right now, we and our kings and priests, because of our sins, have been turned over to foreign kings, to killing, to captivity, to looting, and to public shame, just as you see us now. Now for a brief time God, our God, has allowed us, this battered band, to get a firm foothold in his holy place so that our God may brighten our eyes and lighten our burdens as we serve out this hard sentence. We were slaves, yet even as slaves, our God didn't abandon us. He has put us in the good graces of the kings of Persia and given us the heart to build the temple of our God, restore its ruins, and construct a defensive wall in Judah and Jerusalem. And now, our God, after all this, what can we say for ourselves? For we have thrown your commands to the wind, the commands you gave us through your servants the prophets. They told us, the land you're taking over is a polluted land, polluted with the obscene vulgarities of the people who live there. They filled it with their moral rot from one end to the other. Whatever you do, don't give your daughters in marriage to their sons nor marry your sons to their daughters. Don't cultivate their good opinion, don't make over them and get them to like you so you can make a lot of money and build up a tidy estate to hand down to your children. And now this, on top of all we've already suffered because of our evil ways and accumulated guilt, even though you, dear God, punished us far less than we deserved and even went ahead and gave us this present escape. Yet here we are, at it again, breaking your commandments by intermarrying with the people who practice all these obscenities. Are you angry to the point of wiping us out completely, without even a few stragglers, with no way out at all? You are the righteous God of Israel. We are, right now, a small band of escapees. Look at us, openly standing here, guilty before you. No one can last long like this. Ezra takes charge. Ezra wept, prostrate in front of the temple of God. As he prayed and confessed, a huge number of the men, women, and children of Israel gathered around him. All the people were now weeping as if their hearts would break. Shechaniah son of Jehiel of the family of Elam, acting as spokesman, said to Ezra, "We betrayed our God by marrying foreign wives from the people around here. But all is not lost, there is still hope for Israel. Let's make a covenant right now with our God, agreeing to get rid of all these wives and their children, just as my master and those who honor God's commandment are saying. It's what the Revelation says, so let's do it. Now get up, Ezra. Take charge, we're behind you. Don't back down." So Ezra stood up and had the leaders of the priests, the Levites, and all Israel solemnly swear to do what Shechaniah proposed. And they did it. Then Ezra left the plaza in front of the temple of God and went to the home of Jehohanan son of Eliashib, where he stayed, still fasting from food and drink, continuing his mourning over the betrayal by the exiles. A notice was then sent throughout Judah and Jerusalem ordering all the exiles to meet in Jerusalem. Anyone who failed to show up in 3 days, in compliance with the ruling of the leaders and elders, would have all his possessions confiscated and be thrown out of the congregation of the returned exiles. All the men of Judah and Benjamin met in Jerusalem within the 3 days. It was the 20th day of the 9th month. They all sat down in the plaza in front of the temple of God. Because of the business before them, and aggravated by the buckets of rain coming down on them, they were restless, uneasy, and anxious. Ezra the priest stood up and spoke, "You've broken trust. You've married foreign wives. You've piled guilt on Israel. Now make your confession to God, the God of your ancestors, and do what he wants you to do, separate yourselves from the people of the land and from your foreign wives? The whole congregation responded with a shout, Yes, we'll do it, just the way you said it. They also said, But look, do you see how many people there are out here? And it's the rainy season, you can't expect us to stand out here soaking wet until this is done. Why, it will take days. A lot of us are deeply involved in this transgression. Let our leaders act on behalf of the whole congregation. Have everybody who lives in cities and who has married a foreign wife come at an appointed time, accompanied by the elders and judges of each city. We'll keep at this until the hot anger of our God over this thing is turned away. Only Jonathan son of Asahel and Yaziah son of Tikvah, supported by Meshullam and Shabbatai the Levite, opposed this. So the exiles went ahead with the plan. Ezra the priest picked men who were family heads, each one by name. They sat down together on the first day of the 10th month to pursue the matter. By the first day of the first month they had finished dealing with every man who had married a foreign wife. Among the families of priests, the following were found to have married foreign wives: the family of Jeshua son of Jozadak and his brothers, Maaseiah, Eliezer, Jerub, and Gedaliah. They all promised to divorce their wives and sealed it with a handshake. For their guilt they brought a ram from the flock as a compensation offering. The family of Immer, Hanani and Zebadiah. The family of Haram, Maaseiah, Elijah, Shemaiah, Jehiel, and Uzziah. The family of Pashhur, Elioenah, Maaseiah, Ishmael, Nethanel, Jozabad, and Elasa. From the Levites, Jozabad, Shimei, Keliah, that is, Kelita, Pethiah, Judah, and Eliezer. From the singers, Eliashiv. From the temple security guards, Shallum, Telem, and Uri. And from the other Israelites, the family of Parosh, Ramiah, Izziah, Malchijah, Mijamin, Eleazar, Malchijah, and Benaiah. The family of Elam, Mattaniah, Zechariah, Jehiel, Abdi, Jeremoth, and Elijah. The family of Zadok, Elioenah, Eliashiv, Mattaniah, Jeremoth, Zabad, and Aziza. The family of Babai, Jehohanan, Hananiah, Zabai, and Athlai. The family of Bani, Meshullam, Malukah, Adaiah, Jashub, Sheel, and Jeremoth. The family of Pahat Moab, Adnah, Kalal, Benaiah, Maaseiah, Mattaniah, Bezalel, Binwi, and Manasseh. The family of Haram, Eliezer, Ishijah, Malchijah, Shemaiah, Shimeon, Benjamin, Malukah, and Shemariah. The family of Hashem, Mattina, Mattada, Zabad, Eliphelet, Jeremiah, Manasseh, and Shimei. The family of Bani, Maadai, Amram, Uel, Benaiah, Bediah, Kalui, Vania, Mirmoth, Eliashiv, Mattaniah, Mattina, and Jazu. The family of Binwi, Shimei, Shelemiah, Nathan, Adaiah, Macnadabai, Shashai, Sherei, Azarel, Shelemiah, Shemariah, Shallum, Amariah, and Joseph. The family of Nebo, Jeiel, Mattithiah, Zabad, Zabina, Jadai, Joel, and Benaiah. All these had married foreign wives and some had also had children by them.